The term yellow jacket refers to wasps of the genus Vespula, which is then divided into 25 species, each identifiable by their own yellow and black markings throughout its body.
Yellow jackets are non-pollinizers, meaning they do not carry pollen to fertilize plants or flowers.
Being a social community, larvae and adults perform trophallaxis. Trophallaxis is the exchange of food via mouth-to-mouth or even anus-to-mouth. This act is beneficial to the community as a whole, and it can be quite useful. Adult yellow jackets chew meat for larvae, while larvae secrete a revered sugar material that the adults then consume.
An average yellow jacket colony or hive can contain approximately 5,000 yellow jackets.
A yellow jacket can fly at 4.5 meters in 9 seconds and will usually forage up to 1 mile from their nest. They don't want to fly too far from their queen, but go far enough in order to look for food and other necessary materials.
The nest, also known as the petiole, is composed of wood fiber and vestibular saliva. Workers chew wood fiber to create a paper-like pulp that they then use to form the nest as it dries. Yellow jacket nests are usually located in old animal burrows, hollow logs, and even stumps.
They also build their nests underground at most times, but some colonies do have aerial hives.
Their nests are also concealed rather than open layers, and they fall apart when wet due to their composition. The queen, also known as the foundress, builds a small nest and lays eggs inside of it. When the eggs hatch, they are sterile workers intended to expand the petiole.
Life cycle for yellow jackets begin during the winter when fertilized yellow jacket queens go into hibernation.
During this time, their metabolism is slowed down in order to survive the winter without food. Worker yellow jackets die when winter hits the petiole.
During the spring, the queen begins to build a nest. She then begins to lay her eggs. The eggs hatch into larvae that turn into sterile female yellow jackets, which the queen feeds with scavenged meat, fish, and other insects. This first generation of yellow jackets expand the hive, hunt for food so that they can feed the queen and the new upcoming generation. In the fall, cells containing larvae are ready to become male and fertile female yellow jackets. These male and female yellow jackets leave their hive to go mate and start a new cycle. After mating, most of the males die.
Both the queens and the workers are females and develop from fertilized eggs. Workers are smaller than queens and never lay fertilized eggs. Male wasps are also smaller than queens and they develop from unfertilized eggs laid by queens or sometimes by workers in the autumn.
Yellow jackets are very passive yet defensive predators, meaning they do not attack unless threatened.
To avoid pests such as ants, workers secrete a chemical around the base of their nest that deter insects from entering.
Usually, when they feel threatened and or under attack. They have an irregular flight pattern as a mechanism of predator avoidance. This helps them maneuver around the predator so as to not get caught. They are very sensitive animals when it comes to the protection of the nest and can be very dangerous in those situations. Workers being southern yellow jackets are at all times poised and ready to attack within 2 to 3 seconds of provocation. A provocation can be as simple as the guard smelling the odor of a mammal or vibrations from walking nearby. Yellow jackets have a smooth stinger so they can sting more than once, and the sting can be very painful. This allows the worker to be capable of protecting its queen and its nest from predators and threats. The sting is, in fact, a modified ovipositor, and therefore the male wasps are unable to sting. At the base of the sting is a venom-containing sac. The wasp can squeeze the sac and thus deliver the venom.
It is the yellow jacket's venom that makes such a tiny creature so feared. It is the venom that makes the actual physical injury caused by the sting to feel such great pain that the victim will no longer want to mess with the yellow jacket. This is caused by peptides and enzymes in the venom that break down neuron cell membranes, spilling the content of the cells, causing the nervous system to detect it as pain. To make matters worse, substances in the venom can actually slow down the blood flow, making the venom last in a certain area for a long time, elongating the pain.
Vespula venom contains two inflammatory components, mastoperin and phospholipase A1. These two cause degranulation within cells, releasing cytoplasmic granules, which play a major role in the inflammation process. This reaction can cause anything from irritated red skin to an extreme inflammation of the skin around the attack site. Numerous stings may increase the severity of inflammation of the skin and can result in a trip to the hospital in extreme cases. Pesticides that are proficient in killing yellow jacket nests can include ingredients ranging from cyflothrin to esphenovolurate, and fruit and other sugar sources can be used as bait. However, experiments are currently being run with the use of attractive pheromones to design a better pesticide.
The idea of pheromone-based pesticides comes from the communication of the yellow jackets. Yellow jackets release pheromones as a form of communication, letting the other yellow jackets know if there is evident danger, if there is a new location of food, or if it is time to mate.